on, let's get into the next topic, which is the VMAs. So I don't know if y'all saw the VMAs last night, but the VMAs was relatively interesting to say the least. Um, Congratulations to Lady Gaga, who was the top winner at the MTV VMAs. She won four honors in a show telecast of New York's UBS Arena Sunday night, and Ariana Grande and Sabrina Carpenter also got Moon Men. They each won three. And if y'all notice, Ariana, or Ari, we'll call her, because we love Miss Ari, although there was some things about her that we're going to talk about it later on the show. Sidebar, since when did Laura Roche start doing styling her? Or has that always been the case and I just ain't been paying attention? Because we've been spending more time with like knowing him with being with Celine Dion and Zendaya. Because I was like, when did he start styling her? But anyway, so yeah, so Gaga showed up yesterday. There was like when we yesterday, when I got to work, because I my call time was like 6:15. So we already knew like Gaga wasn't showing up until about 9:30. And one of my coworkers, Margot is silly, she was like, are they gonna actually, because we're gonna be waiting for Gaga to show up to do the final night of the Mayhem Ball, are they gonna actually put on the VMAs? And they were like, no. But the funny one enough, I was on the eighth floor. So in my section, these lesbians, they was messing with the TV because on the eighth floor in the garden, we actually have TVs. On the sixth floor, you don't really need it because you can get like a closer view to what's going on, whether it's a baseball game, the Rangers concerts, whatever. I mean, we don't do live feeds and stuff with the concerts, but for the most part, with the sports stuff, you can pretty much, you're close enough where you can see everything. And if you're on the floor. But on the eighth floor, you can kind of see it too. But some people want to have that experience of they'll put on the actual game that they're watching live, or they'll put on other games. So they'll probably put on a Mets game. They'll probably put on well, yeah, well, no, not a Rangers game. Well, yeah, the Rangers. They'll put on any kind of sports or whatever on the TV, and they'll have a multitude of things going on. So apparently they had found CBS on the thing because I'm like, yeah, it makes sense because we play sports and stuff. They would have the channel, and I totally forgot that it was going to be on CBS because I'm so used to MTV being the one that's showing the VMAs. So they put the VMAs on, and we started, and I was sitting there watching it as I'm, making sure everybody needs to be going where they're going. I had one eye on the screen every now and again. I would glance over, but I did watch the full show today, so I can give y'all all the ins and outs of, or a recap, I guess, in that way. So yeah, the word was that Gaga was going to be going to the VMAs, and of course, she got the first award of the night, so that way she could stay. They told her she was going to stay there probably about 8:25, between 8:25 and 8:35. Then she was going to be coming from the UBS Arena over to the Garden. And I know some people like, first of all, I don't know if y'all know this, but UBS Arena is actually in Nassau County, so that's Long Island. So some people are like, how the hell is she going to get from Long Island to Midtown Manhattan in like an hour? Unless she take the Long Island Railroad, but I don't know if I could see Gaga and her whole crew on the LIRR dealing with regular folks and trying to act like, oh, I like my privacy and I don't want to be around so many people. No, that's not working. So the word on the street was that she was going to be helicoptered to Midtown Manhattan. Now people are going to be like, well, where's there places that you can land a helicopter? Well, I don't know if y'all know this, but on 34th Street, either on I believe First and Second Avenue, and there is one on 12th Avenue, there are helipads where you can fly in and fly out, helicopters and other stuff. So it's not that hard for her to get from there. I don't know where in Nassau County they have helicopter, like a helicopter you could pick somebody up. But if it's Long Island, we definitely have enough of the land and the space and excuse me, and places where you can pretty much be helicoptered in and out. So I'm sure they had all that worked out. But yeah, but so they have a helipad over on 34th Street and 12th. The garden is on 8th. Of course, they would have to drive up, and then you have to get her in that parking thing. So they would have to, where the garage and stuff is. And then it was funny when she was in the outfit and she was walking up there. I was like, I know what that said. That's back of house, which we were advised throughout many of the shows that we can't. Don't pull your phones out. Don't do other stuff. But I was seeing her own crew backstage with the phone. So what? Wait, why are we being chastised? But she not chastising her own damn people unless she didn't know that the crew that was working on the show had their phones out in back of house. Yeah, I'm snitching on them. But anyway, so yeah, so that was the whole situation. We knew that they was gonna be there. When they had the screens and stuff on, her fans was like, how's she over there? I'm like, Yeah, we knew about it. We just gonna tell y'all. So that was basically that on that whole situation. So yeah, she got her moon man and everything. And then when she got to the garden, which was about 9:45, I think is when the show actually started and didn't end till like a quarter after 12. I got that good overtime, so I'm not that upset. Even though I did get home like damn near I think about 2:30 in the morning, but that overtime was lovely. So thank you, girl, for going on late. Because the longer your ass stay and the longer your people stay, the more I get paid. So don't be throwing with no shade. I just want to get paid. So that's basically that what happened on that. So I just want to give you a little inside tea in regards to what that was. So yeah, the show started late, and I know some people were speculating she was going to keep stopping the show and all this stuff. No, she didn't stop it. It was just like a full run through of the show. And then during Perfect Celebrity, she did have a couple of the Moon Men. Well, I think all of the Moon Men. She had them in. Oh wait, I think it was three. But then she won the fourth one. I think she didn't get that one yet. Me personally, I'm like, I would have just gave her all of them. Gave her the heads up. Okay, you won. These are all the ones you won. Take them with you. And I think that is what happened. So because I could have sworn I only saw three Moon Men, and they had two dancers after she was done with Purpose Living because it goes into Disease, which I'm sure y'all seen that performance at the Coachella situation, or Gaga-chella, if you want to call it that. So then after Purpose Celebrity was done, their dancers had to come from the back, like grab the Moon Man and take them because, like I said, during Purpose Celebrity, she sings to the Moon Man, which of course the audience ate it up. And I was sitting there saying, too, why would she do UBS and then go to MSG? And I feel like she did that because she knew it would go viral. She knew it would get everybody talking that, oh, I have a show the same night. So if I'm being nominated for all these awards, the least I could do is I'm going to show up in the beginning. I'm going to give my long winded ass speech, which she did do, and keep it moving from there. So with all of that happening, yeah, Grande won for Video of the Year for Brighter Days Ahead. She also had a big look on the telecast because of presenting the Video Vanguard Award to Mariah Carey. And so, speaking of all of that, let me get to my overall thoughts. So, um, so the show was all right. Doja, I believe, was the opening performance. The 80s thing, I'm still not 110% on board with a lot of what Doja is presenting with this. It was a good performance. I love the little guitar, Mama's Day in the Time meets Prince, meets Janet Jackson type of situation she had going on. I'm still not 110% sold on the whole 80s inspired situation. It feels a little like you're doing cosplay because 80s was probably before her time. She didn't get to go through it. I mean, I'm a child of the 80s and the 90s. I was a little infant when the 80s and stuff was going on. But when you're a child of the 90s, there was still those 80s references that was going into the 90s. And with MTV and so many other things going on at that time, I could look back and I still am aware of that era. So it's embedded in my brain. Whereas with Doja, it's giving a little cosplay with the whole situation. So I'm not 110% sold on what she's doing. Now, Ricky Martin getting up there and doing his, what was it, the Latin Icon Award or whatever that he got? It don't matter. First of all, Ricky is fine as hell, serving all that body, looking youthful. I was like, hold on, don't I have a picture of Mr. Ricky Martin and do? So yeah, Ricky was up there looking like a whole snack. I was like, that man is 53 years old. And I'm like, This is why I be saying, you Puerto Ricans, shout out to y'all, but y'all be on some kind of sorcery between him and Jennifer Lopez. And it's not just them. It just be growing up in New York. With a lot of my cousins and a lot of the Puerto Ricans and the Latinos that I grew up around, a lot of them do be looking younger than they actually are. It ain't, the ones that don't be doing that hard living and on them drugs, the one that be taking care of themselves. It's like, yeah, the youthfulness be on their side. And so that's why I was like, I was living for when Ricky Martin got up there, all that energy he had going on. The vocals was at times, but it don't matter. You was still holding your own. You was giving energy. You was giving performance. You did a whole lot more than Mariah, and we're going to get into her in a minute. Now, speaking of that, now after the whole Ricky Martin situation, then we had Tate McCrae. I'm gonna just talk about all the ones that stood out to me. All of them, there was a couple of them up there. I was like, okay, I don't know who you are. I don't care. Your music is trash. I'm bored. Next. So then we got to get into Miss McCrae because Tate McCrae was up there trying to have her Britney "I'm a Slave for You" moment, and girl, it never came. So I don't know what you was trying to do up there, but and I don't think Frankie Grande knew what the hell you was doing either, because the word on the curb was Frankie was giving faces and all the other stuff up there, which had people going on social media um critiquing how his face was looking. So yeah, some of the fans, because I had some of the tweets of what some people were saying. Some people saying why he was so disgusted when they were showing his face. Maybe it's because he's a homosexual, so he got resting bitch face. Some of us can't help the fact that we just be so in our head and everything that the face be like it gives 24-hour shade, even though that's not what he thinking. So one person said, this makes him seem like a hater, not gonna lie. Another person said, you know how bad you have to be for Frankie Grande to not gag about a pop girl. Well, girl, just because you're a girl and you do pop, don't necessarily mean that everything y'all do is gonna eat the house down boots. That's what I think a lot of y'all need to realize, that y'all think y'all be serving a lot, but a lot of times it's like that's another one. Tate, I'm not 110% sold on her, and it's based on some of the conversations that I was having and overhearing from security on down to guest service people, because we gossip. And a lot of the people saying that Tate McCrae show at the Garden, them 2 nights, was a mess. That one, she was up there with stripper poles and doing all kinds of sexually suggestive dance moves. And you had the mothers up in there with they said there was the mothers were dressed inappropriate. The daughters was half naked. Mothers walking around with no bra on, titties all out, up in there dancing, looking like they were trying to fiend for some dick up in there. Probably looking for their next back dug out or dig out, whatever you want to call it. And my thing is, it's like, when you look at a Tate McCrae, I feel like will pull the same type of demographic that a Benson Boone would do. Whereas Benson Boone was giving you more showmanship. He wasn't giving inappropriateness with his performance. He was giving like good old fashioned, I'm up there, I'm moving around, I'm flipping, I'm singing live and doing other stuff. Tate, I don't think, and others, I think like Britney, sounds don't come out of her mouth. I think she be miming that whole damn show, kind of like she did at the VMAs. But I think they don't mind you up in there lip syncing. They want all that perfection and everything when you're doing those type of shows. But yeah, the census was that people were saying that show was a hot mess. It was inappropriate. The music wasn't giving. But that's kind of like with Tate. Tate is a pretty white girl who dances, but the music is not on the same level as the girl that she's being compared to, which would be Britney Spears. So she need her Max Martin in her life. Quiet as it's kept. But yeah, those were some of the things that people say. And then some other people say he saw a Tate come from Ariana's crown. Now goddamn well when Tate and Ariana is not even gonna be ever in the same goddamn sentence. So um I don't know what y'all thought. You thought with that comment. Another person said, "You know how bad you have to be for Frankie." Oh yeah, I read that one. Maybe he gave her the Rihanna look. I don't know. Another person said, "Seems weird, but I think he's disgusted because she's good." I mean, don't get me wrong. She dances. She could go off with the dancing and all other stuff. But as far as like everything else, I don't feel like she has the full package yet. The songs need to kind of live up to the choreography. Like you could serve and you could throw your hair around and do all kinds of weird poses and attempt to switch with the ass you don't have. But if you're not giving, then we're not going to sit up here and fully go with the whole situation. But okay, so then after that, what else happened? Rose, let's get into her. Girl, I know, we love pata, but ma'am, you got to know when to shut the fuck up and get off the goddamn stage. I don't know why she went on for like a 20-minute speech talking about her inner self, her all that. It's like, okay, here's the thing: get up on the stage, thank your fans, thank Bruno Mars, thank people from your team, and keep it moving. I don't want your whole life story. You don't need to sell us your biopic when you're up on stage, except that a Moon Man, which quiet as it's kept, ain't worth the price of tea in damn China. So I don't know why everybody getting all bent out of shape over a fucking Moon Man. Moon Man ain't had that same type of credibility in like since 2012. So everybody been here getting all excited over a Moon Man. I'm like, first of all, if Moon Man was so damn worth of anything, why are we presenting a show where they're trying to Grammyfy it on CBS. VMA is supposed to be about video, music, and music videos. They ain't, MTV ain't played a music video in over a decade. So I don't understand like what they were trying to do with it. And was it me? Or but I don't think we saw many people get up there and accept awards and hear nominees. It was more performances than anything. You thought that we wasn't going to see that. But it's funny how like when I looked at when I went on all the trades and stuff, and they were talking about all the winners, like video of the year being Ariana Grande, best pop artist being Sabrina Carpenter, best hip hop being Doechii for Anxiety, best rock Coldplay All My Love, best Latin Shakira for Soltera, best long form video Ariana Grande, Brighter Days Ahead, video for Good, Charlie XCX Guest with Billie Eilish, best direction Lady Gaga Abracadabra, best art direction Lady Gaga Abracadabra, best cinematography Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us, and so on and so. Oh, and they had best choreography went to Doechii. First of all, how she beat FKA Twigs for You Sexual, Not Like Us. Okay, I can see you beating that. Abracadabra, that definitely the choreography was memorable and sickening. Y'all just need to find the nearest ditch and throw Tyler Boney ass in it. I don't know how any of y'all see it for her. And Zara Larson, one of the most underrated pop girls out right now. She eats. And I did love that video Pretty Ugly because she was out there in the mud. So I was living for that one. But Tyler, throw that old colored child away. Look, she consider herself colored. That's why I said it. So if anybody want to come in here with the races, whatever, y'all can suck my dick from the back because that's not where it was coming from. I'm going by what she called herself. She says, I ain't black, I'm colored. I'm colored. That's what the bitch said. So that's what we going with. So with that being said, so you got all these nominations, I mean, all these wins that I just told y'all. Did y'all even know that a lot of those people won because they didn't even show it? So, um, how would y'all even know? Now, let's get back into the rest of the okay. Then we got Busta Rhymes, who came out and did his thing. Busta Rhymes always gives a good performance. I don't know where he found that old nasty McGilla gorilla looking troll, Papoose. Papoose looked dirty as hell. You want to know something? Remy, you did yourself a big one by getting rid of him because he looked a mess. But other and then Glorilla. Oh, we're gonna get into her in a minute because I don't know what the hell that lady was saying when she was introducing J Balvin. Um, what is reggaeton? I don't know what that is. I know reggaeton, but I don't know no reggaeton. And there was a whole bunch of stuff she was saying up in there. I'm like, girl, when did you learn English last night? Now, speaking of learning English last night, can we talk about Lotto and that other girl? Who was the other girl? Isis? I think it's her name. Miss Spice? Look at a mess. Now, I'm gonna say this. Ice Spice actually did look good. I'm not going hold on that one. She did look good last night for once. So maybe she finally got enough coins that she was scraped together from that fart song and was able to afford herself a good damn stylist because the wig was right, the outfit was cute, so she was giving. It was giving. Nobody cares about that damn song. That song you had with Lotto was a mess. It's a chop. I don't care. We can move on from it. Um, the whole little back in the I don't know what the hell he was trying to do up there, but it wasn't giving. And y'all were trying to force that chemistry. Nobody's buying it, just like nobody's buying that single. So, A for effort. Now, let's get into Miss Sabrina as a Miss Carpenter. Her coming out of the sewer like she was a damn Ninja Turtle. Now, that was cute. And then I did love the fact of seeing, drag race girls like Simone Willem, who has, by the way, speaking of Willem, she has a show coming out called Darkroom Duel. I think it's coming out next week on Out TV. It's a stripper show. I think also Raheem Shabazz is one of the judges. I think that was the one with it. I need more information on it, but I remember, I don't know, I was hearing conflicting reports of something, that maybe he's not a part of it, but unless I read the whole log line and whatever's going on with that and the promotion start, then I'll be able to tell you if he actually is in the show because I haven't seen any promos and stuff except for the picture that Willem put on I saw it on one of the drag sites or whatever on Twitter. But anyway, so I did like seeing Simone. Yeah, I did like seeing Willem, Lexi Love, Laganja, and Denali. Denali, you starting to look a little like a man. Like you pretty, but you was giving man in the outfit. Like you getting a little too muscular. I didn't know if that was Denali or if that was Tatiana, but Tatiana always gonna give you fish. She gonna give you puss. So she's not gonna go and muscularize her situation. She gonna give you full on woman in her drag. So, and Deshaun Wesley, it was good seeing him and Miss Henny. Balenciaga, who always be out here dancing for the House of Balenciaga. But also, y'all know her from dancing on the Cowboy Carter tour and the Renaissance tour. So it's cute seeing her up there doing her thing. And the setup was giving me Drag the Musical. I don't know if y'all seen that musical, the Willem musical that he put out that closed a couple of months ago. It was a good show, but the background was giving that. But I will say this, there was more tea that was going on where, yeah, this is going to be a long one because there's a lot to break down with this whole VMAs. Um, there was some people debating the whole performance of Sabrina Carpenter, saying that it came across as performative with her and the whole drag situation. Like a lot of people wasn't buying what she was selling. And I was sitting there like, do y'all think that she was out here not being authentic and was using the gays? Like I get it, like when she did the music video and she had Coleman Domingo and the drag queens up there, and it was serving what was it? Oh, it was giving like Rocky Horror Picture Show tease. Like when she was giving all of that, I was like, I was here for it. The performance though, it's cute enough. So I'm not gonna hold on that. She definitely gave a cute little performance, and I did like the little jokey dance break, and then she goes and starts doing the dance break, and it starts raining and everything. Like now, speaking of Britney Spears, that was her. That she gave the Britney Spears moment. Tate McCrae thought she was giving the Britney Spears moment, but Sabrina gave the real Britney Spears moment with the rain, and the dance break, and all that other stuff. But anyway, so here's what the people were saying. So oh, they had Richie Shazam up there too. I forgot to mention him too. But yeah, but then they had people up there with signs that said, "In trans we trust, dolls, 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 support drag, protect trans rights, and if you hate, you'll never get laid." That's true, because a lot of y'all out here just be, pissed off at life. So yeah, there was some people that said, dolls, dolls, dolls. Unsurprisingly, trans identifying males are the focus over the females. And in classic Sabrina Carpenter fashion, womanhood is turned into a plastic, hyper feminine, hypersexualized product designed to cater to and be sold to men. Another person said there's kind of a weird fetishizing aspect to a lot of the protect the doll stuff, but I am all right not caring about that until there's a lot less exterminate the doll stuff going on. Another person said they turn concerts into campaign rallies, then wonder why people stop watching. That one I had a problem with. And this one reason many Americans did not watch the VMAs. That's not one of the reasons. So you need to come a little better Americano, because that's what they have in their name. Another person said right now, right after trans, right after a trans person shot up a school in Minnesota, this feels incentive to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, well, I don't, this is why I can't with corporate media, because I feel like y'all just be out here with the misinformation. Somebody that was a trans person that shot up a school. First of all, that person that was running around claiming that they was trans, I'm not buying it, because they were posting. I saw some of the magazines that they had where it had the F word on it, rhymes with maggot. They had anti-LGBTQIA slurs on the magazines. They were into like racist stuff, very very bigoted and MAGA coded, if you ask me. But because the person looked like Eric Stoltz in The Mask, now y'all want to sit up in here and talk about that the person is transgender, and that one trans person allegedly that y'all want to label, all of a sudden they want to come out now and talk about this mess. Oh, they want to keep trans people from buying guns. Because that's the problem. It's not the fact that we have cis white males are the main perpetrators when it comes to mass shootings. Since, as far as I can go back, Columbine. That's usually if I'm not mistaken, when all of this became national news and became a big thing, was Columbine. Since then, we've had a plethora of mass shootings that nobody's done anything about, including this current retarded ass president. So when we have all these other things going on, it's easy to go and blame this one person that y'all want to come around claiming that's trans. We don't claim that mother flower, because one thing is, how you going out here saying that you transgender, but you hate your own goddamn community? Like, shut up with all of that. But that's what they want to sell you, because it's the fear mongering, it's the trans people, it's the immigrants. They taking your jobs, they're taking everything from you. When it's the 1%, it's the oligarchs, it's the companies, the corporations. They're the ones who are robbing y'all. But no, blame the trans people, blame immigrants. They taking your jobs. Quiet as it's kept. And I know people don't like it, but the truth hurts. I want to see some of you same bitches out here that's complaining about these jobs that they're taking away from you. I want y'all to go make $3 on the hour picking fruits and vegetables from them damn fields. I want to see you working 12 to 16 hour days in a restaurant with no kind of union to protect you. I want to see y'all go and do those jobs and see how long your ass lasts. So y'all sitting up out here complaining about stuff. I don't see none of y'all pushing to go get these type of jobs. And recently, it came out that the jobs with the jobs report that the jobs is worse. Like no job is being created. Unemployment is skyrocketing, particularly amongst within the Black community. Like all this stuff is good, but yeah, of course, y'all not gonna hear that because legacy media is not gonna tell y'all the tea. They cuck to whoever is, the person currently running the White House. Just like that same fool decided to show up at the damn U.S. Open yesterday, and people getting, they were talking, oh, it was a clusterfuck and it was chaos. I'm like, what did y'all expect? I've worked two events where I've had to deal with Donald Trump coming there, and it was a shit show. Both times was at the Garden. The first time it was his stupid little what was it, that rally thing where he had Tony Hinchcliffe doing comedy. Now, speaking of which, now that same one, and I'm glad that just came up. That same one that was up in here talking about in this post. Um, where is it? Turning concerts into campaign rallies. Isn't that what Trump did before he became president? He turned a rally into a concert. You had people up in there telling jokes. You had people up in there performing. You had a whole UFC type thing going on and a WWE type of situation. Like it was a whole dog and pony show. So it's okay, Daily Mail, because this is where I got this story from. For you, your people to do stuff when it benefits you. But then, of course, y'all look for the most ignorant of ignorant comments to put in y'all situation. Get off my line with the bullshit. So yeah, so this is what a lot of people were saying. Me, I'm like, as long as you can give any kind of exposure, and if you show that you're a true ally to the LGBT community, especially when we have the Trump administration eroding LGBTQIA plus rights on the daily, going after the trans community. And I wouldn't be surprised if the gays ain't too far behind. You already see now next they started going after, like ICE started swooping in and messing with the Koreans. Oh, y'all Asian people, you thought you were safe? I told you he's going after everybody that isn't white and rich. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's coming. And so when people want to sit up here and try to throw in politics and stuff with the entertainment and all that stuff, at least know what the hell you're talking about before y'all get up on the line and start spewing a bunch of BS. Know what the hell you're talking about. So I hope it's not performative on Sabrina's part. We need as much exposure as we can get. We need true allies within the community, and I hope we get that authentically. But I think real people can tell if it's performative. Speaking of performative, there's some people saying that Ariana Grande came across as performative during a lot of situations. What was that accent she's doing? I don't even know what her real voice sounds like anymore because it just be feeling like she's putting on a performance every time she open her mouth. I guess she's still pretending she Glinda because we got the other movie coming out late in 2 months, 2.5 months, November. Well, I'll just say 2 months because it'd be in the middle of November, whatever. And we're like already 8 days into September. And then, so they were saying that she was being performed during the Ozzy Osbourne tribute, which I actually liked. The Ozzy Osbourne tribute was cute. I was here for it. Seeing Aerosmith up there and what the hell's his name? Young Child. Let me tell you something. Youngblood, that boy can sit on my damn face. He is so damn sexy to me. So I was living for Youngblood when he was up there. Also, okay. So now here's the thing that we got to get into. Um, where is she? Because I was like, where's that next that video, whatever. Okay, we gotta talk about C3PO. Now I don't know if y'all know who I'm referring to as C3PO, but I'll give you a hint. She won a Video Vanguard Award by doing bare, giving the bare damn minimum during her performance. Yes, I'm talking about Mariah Carey because she was serving C3POTs when she got up there waddling. I don't know what the hell. Like, I think maybe it's on her contract. She only walks a couple of feet before she got to stand there. She gave nothing during her performance. And I'm like, and some people are like, oh, leave her alone because she's given us 30. No, I'm sorry. You don't get to say, I put in work for 30 years, but now I'm going to just not do shit. Because as long as you are out here performing, giving people a show, wanting people to buy your music, wanting people to support you, you don't get to stand up there like a stiff, damn stuffed mannequin and give me nothing as a performer. At least walk around the stage a bit. And then don't even get me started with the slap of Bianca. What was that? It didn't make contact. It was like when you do a smack, it was like, what? I have seen far more convincing slaps on an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I'm talking about the early seasons when they kind of was recently doing that too. The fake slap scenes that they be doing and stuff, from the old shows like Dynasty and things of that nature, which is where I think RuPaul got that from, a lot of those type, and the telenovelas. Like, girl, you could have gave us a lot more. So the drag eleganza thing, it was just like, no, ma'am. Like, I've seen stiffer drag queens get better performances, and drag queens that are old as hell. Shit, Lady Bunny probably moved better than her. And she always between her and Mary J. Blige, they're around the same damn age. Y'all both walk like your damn feet hurt and your knees is all fucked up and you need like knee surgery or something. So I live for Mariah, but girl, you giving me nothing when you perform. I'm tired of it. Like I would never pay to see her live, and I don't even. And these delusional ass lambs that sit up there and think, oh, it's cute. It's not. It's old and it's tired. So okay, and I feel like you gave more energy, no shade, during your speech. Your thank you speech had more energy than you did as a performer. So thanks for nothing, I guess. So yeah, I was like, what else happened? Because that's why I said I had to take notes. Oh, we already talked about Ozzy. J Balvin was cute. I already went in on Miss Glorilla. I don't need to go in on her again with how she introduced him. I had to fast. I was like, girl, no. That whole introduction is a chop. And you can't even like how do you not even know how to say reggaeton? But anyway, so he got there, he performed with the whole him and the DJ Snake track, whatever. It's cute. It gave typical whatever you would expect from a reggaeton performance, but it was good to see J Balvin up there and reggaeton being represented. So I lived. And Conan Gray, who I guess he was the closing performance, right? Vodka Cranberry, why do I feel like that song was only a minute long? That was the only issue I had with that song. But him up there giving Romeo and Julian tease with that performance, I was living for. I was like, yes, give me the homosexual live performance and all the other stuff. So I was living for it. I love Vodka Cranberry. That is a good damn song. He was up there singing, looking cute or whatever, in his little cape, his little Phantom of the Opera outfit. And so overall, I mean, L Cool J, we know how he is because he's hosted the Grammys like a half, I think over a dozen times, maybe it might be less, but he's hosted the Grammys a lot. So he has what it takes to be a MC and a host, especially because you're a rapper. You have to be like a hype man and a host. But it would have been nice to see him do more. Oh wait, I forgot to mention Jelly Roll and Post Malone. Why Jelly Roll? Well, Jelly Roll, I'm gonna leave you alone. I don't know what's going on with Post Malone. Post Malone look like he ain't seen soap in months. Something was going on with him, and I'll be like, and I'm still wondering what y'all got in that cup that you be up in there drinking. Cause yeah, Post Malone looked a mess. He looked dirty as hell. Like it literally looked like he had a venereal disease. Oh, well, that's what it was getting. Oh, yeah. So overall, I'll say this: the VMAs was okay. It was nothing to brag home about. I don't think there were any like real standout moments. Now, if there was some moments that stood out for y'all, I definitely want to hear it. Drop it down in the comments. Um, yeah, I just feel like it wasn't giving me like no performance last night gave me the same type of feeling that I got, with the iconic Britney, Madonna, and Xtina kiss. And looking at the look on Justin Timberlake's face when that went down because he and Britney just broke up and all that drama that was going on with that, or Madonna's iconic Vogue performance. Sidebar, I should say this. Shout out to the music album. It literally just turned 25 over the weekend. So shout out to that album. Jesus, I hate dropping these birth dates because I just be it's like more making me realize more, damn you old or getting old. Um or other what were some other iconic Britney's I'm a Slave for You with the snake and Beyonce revealing she was pregnant with, during Love on Top. Like it wasn't giving that. Or when Katy Perry accepted a moon man with a block of cheese on her head. Like those are the kind of iconic moments that we need at the VMAs. It wasn't giving none of that. It was just a lot of long-winded speeches, a lot of celebrities I ain't never heard of. Like I literally feel like I'm getting to the point where I don't know any people. And shout out to you, Felix. I did see that clip that you sent me. What was it? South Park? One of them things where they was making fun of the whole VMA situation of like us now, us not know who half these damn people are. And you're right, I didn't know who majority of them people was that was there. So I like that they mixed it with the the old school heads like the Busters and the Mariah, even though she didn't give us much of anything with her stiff ass performance. But I did love seeing Mariah up there looking cute. I need a little more showmanship niece, or I should say auntie, because she older than me. And it was good seeing Gaga and all other stuff up in there. And I'll give you guys the insight of like the whole final 2 nights of the Mayhem Ball after I finish this up, which would be right about now. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Did you watch the VMAs? What did you think of the VMAs? Did you think it was, the VMAs was memorable? It was good. You ate like they ate the house down boots. What did you think of the performances? What did you think of the people that was there? Did you think that Rose need to learn how to shut the hell up? Because that girl does know how to talk. I remember when I did the Blackpink concert this year. I'm like, damn, this girl likes to talk. She can though. But you talk too damn much. So it's like, let's get to the point. So I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are on this story regarding the VMAs in the comments down below.